Hello and welcome to your no wrist impact yoga class today. Before we begin, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to AJ, who became a patron a couple of days ago. Thank you, AJ, and thank you to all of my patrons whose monthly subscriptions and monthly support really motivates me to keep bringing these free classes to you. So if you're enjoying these classes, please do consider becoming a patron. All the details are in the link down here. Now, on with our sequence. You may at times have a few issues with your wrists and find that doing planks and downward facing dog or any poses that bear weight on your wrists just not doable. So this sequence, we're going to be having a no weight bearing on the wrists at all. You will be doing some good hard work, but we're going to be adapting the sequence so that if ever you have a wrist injury or if you're recovering from one or you have just a niggling sprain there, you can completely take the weight off and still enjoy yoga. So from here, no props needed, just your mat. I want you please to come up to standing. So pick up your seat, step 1 foot forward and then the other. Come to the front of your mat and bring your feet together. Bring your hands down by your sides and turn your palms out to the side walls. Now as you push your feet down, inhale and bring your arms up overhead. Reach up and stretch up. Then turn your left palm to the side wall and bring your left palm down onto your leg and lean over to your left as you press your legs towards each other. Come into this side bend, pressing your right ribs in. Inhale, come up, turn your left palm to the side wall, bring it up overhead, and we'll do the other side. Right palm down, crescent moon to your right. Drop the right shoulder, pressing the right hand, pressing into the midline here. Inhale, come up, turn the right palm up, bring it up overhead, and then come into chair pose. Bend your knees, lift your chest, raise your hands. Then from here, bring your hands down to the floor, right to the edges of your feet, to the little toe edges, and heel toe your feet a little further away from each other, coming into a bent knee forward fold, with your fingers just very lightly pressing into the floor. Now pick up your left foot, bring it up high up towards your left buttock, stretch your legs straight behind you and touch down at the back of your mat. Bring your back knee down and bring your arms out to the side, so you're coming into Vinyasa and bring your arms up overhead. If you want to keep your hands on your hips, please do. If you want to raise your chin and look at your hands to make this a little bit more challenging and even bring your hands together, feel free to do that as well. Squeeze the right buttock in. If your hands are together, separate them, look forwards. And then slowly bring your fingertips down, a little bit of weight pressure here. Pick up the back knee and step forwards. Come up again into chair pose, sweep your arms forward. And then stand all the way up. Turn your palms out to the side walls and bring your hands down. Sweep your arms forward, come all the way up. Chair pose, bend your knees. Fold forwards, Uttanasana. Both knees really bent here. Pick up your right foot, bring the heel up high. Stretch your right leg straight behind you. Then touch down, bring your back knee down. Move slowly all the while you're transitioning from pose to pose today. Take your time, arms up overhead or again hands on hips. Squeeze the left buttock in, lift your chin. Option to bring your hands together. Separate your hands, bring your hands down by your sides. Pick up the back knee and again step forwards. Chair pose, sweep your arms forward. Sit low. Come up to standing. Turn your palms to the side walls. And bring your hands down by your sides. Now you're going to come down to a belly down back bend series here. So stand in the middle of your mat, bring your arms forward and slowly come down into a squat. Bring your knees down and then move your knees back. Then from here, bring your forearms down, elbow by elbow. Walk your arms forward and come all the way down onto your belly. Move your hands back now with your palms facing in. Press your legs towards each other as if a block were in between your shins. Press your hands towards each other as if a block were between your hands. Lift your shoulders, pick up your legs, and again press into the midline, into those imaginary blocks. Keep raising your throat. Keep breathing. 3, point your toes. 2, 1. Maybe come up a little higher. Then bring everything down and rest your forehead onto the backs of your hands. Soften the entire back of your body here. And come to breathing a little more consciously, a little more deliberately, breathing in and out as if you were breathing through a long, thin straw. Now raise your head and reach your arms out ahead of you, blading the little finger edges down. Press your legs towards each other. Pick up your right leg. This time push the heel away from you so the toe tips point down. And bring the little toe down a little bit more. Now move that right leg a little closer to the left leg and pick up your left arm. Stay here. Again, try and breathe smoothly and evenly as best you can. 3, come up a little bit higher. 2, press both hip points down. 1, bring the arm down, bring the leg down. Now go straight to the other side. Pick up the left leg again, push the heel away. Little toe goes down a bit more so that the inner left thigh can lift, and press the left leg towards the right. Now pick up your right arm. Keep both hip points on the floor. Raise your chest as evenly on the left and right side as you can. 2, 1. Bring the arm down, bring the leg down, and again rest. Put the other hand on top and rest your forehead, and then the entire back body. Shoulders, back of the head even, and all the way down to the soles of your feet. Then from here, come back up onto your forearms. And make sure that your forearms are parallel to each other. Press your elbows towards each other. Try and keep your arms like this as much as you can. Tuck your toes under. Then pick your pelvis up, pick your bottom up, keep your knees on the floor. You can stay like this as you continue to press your elbows towards each other, or pick up your right knee, pick up your left knee, stay here and press your tailbone down. Slightly puff up your upper back, keep breathing, keep pressing into the midline with your elbows and your legs. Press your legs towards each other. Bring your right knee down, bring your left knee down. Pick up your left knee. Remember, you've got the option to keep both knees on the floor. Pick up the right if you want to. Press into the midline. 3, press the tailbone down, puff up your upper back. 2, keep your head lifted. Bring the left knee down, bring the right knee down. Pause. Then come into Sphinx. Bring your thighs and your pubic bone down. Raise your chest. Keep pressing your legs towards each other. Just gently. It's quite hard to maintain a strong pressing into the midline, but keep something. Then from here, push your elbows down more. Pick up your pelvis and walk your forearms back again. Then come into kneeling. Pick up your seat. Step one foot forward, then the other foot. Come up to standing and then turn so that you're facing the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands to your heart and your feet together. Widen your arms, step your feet wide. Parallel your feet. Turn your right toes out and bend your right knee to come to Warrior Two. Press your tailbone towards this long edge of the mat. Squeeze your back leg straight. Look over at your right hand with a relaxed gaze. Come into side angle pose. Bend your right elbow, palm faces up to the ceiling. Turn the left palm up to the ceiling and then rainbow your arm over. Keep bending the right knee. Push both feet down. Turn the barrel of your belly and chest up towards the ceiling. Keep pressing in the left buttock. Come back up to Warrior Two. Straighten your right leg, turn the toes in, and turn the left toes out. Warrior Two on the second side. Try and keep the inner thigh as long as the outer thigh. Don't shorten it by turning the knee in. Soften your gaze, move your shoulders back a bit so that they're over your hips. Side angle pose, bend the elbow, turn the back palm up, bring it over your ear. Lean back as you push your feet down. Stay here, drop your left shoulder so it's not up by your ear. And really extend through the top hand and push down with your back foot. Keep your legs as they are. Come back up to warrior two. Straighten your left leg, bring your hands to your hips. Keep the legs wide. Second side. Turn the right foot out, bring your arms all the way up. Trikonasana, press your feet towards each other. Lean to your right. Bring your hand just below your knee. It doesn't have to come down far. And then reach your top hand up. Now pull with this hand up. So you've got a feeling of connection and stability. If you float this arm, you're going to put a lot of stress into the back of the leg and you start to get a little bit overstretched in the hip. So pull up, lean back. If you can look up, then do. Otherwise, look down. Press your feet towards each other. Then come to warrior two. So topsy-turvy, up with your torso and your arms, and then bend your right knee. Side angle pose. Come back up to warrior two. Straighten the right leg, turn the toes in. Let's do that on this side. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Pull up with the hand just below the knee. Press your feet towards each other. We really want to work on stability and strength here. Press your shoulders towards your back foot. The flexibility is taking good care of itself. You want to make sure that you're looking after your joints. Come into warrior two. So keep pressing the muscle to the bone, the muscle to the joints. Nice cohesion and strength. Side angle. Another just brief hold. Stretch long. Come back up to warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Turn the left toes in. Bring your hands to your hips and heel toe your feet together. And then bring your arms ahead of you and come down into a squat again. If this is too much for you, then just step one foot forward and bring the back knee down. And then the other knee comes down. But if you can squat, then do. As long as you don't have a hard wooden floor beneath your knees. Now, coming into a couple of seated poses, sit onto your heels. Press your legs towards each other. Very simple twist here. Twist to your right. Bring the back of your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Breathe. Breathe as smoothly and steadily as you can. Having done those standing poses, you might be a little bit out of puff, so bring the puff back. Float your arms, turn back to center, go to the other side. A nice release for the back here. Just let your back fingertips lightly graze the floor behind you. Just reminding you also with that pressure of the fingertips on the floor to sit up tall, don't lean back. Float your arms, turn back to center. And then from here you're going to come to lying down. So just sit on your bottom, lightly bring your hands to the floor to assist, lie all the way down, completely cross the right leg over the left and draw your knees up into your chest. Hold on to your knees as you relax your arms. Move a little bit to the left with your knees and a little bit to the right, just a touch, 2-3 millimeters. A little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Your hands assisting with this leg movement. Keep going like a very gentle, subtle pendulum swing. And then let your lower back come completely back down to the floor. Take your arms away and cross the left leg over. Pause here for a moment, no movement yet. Relax your arms. Draw your knees into a comfortable drawing in that's not overly tight, because when you move here with that pendulum swing, you want to be able to have some range of motion that's free for you. So from here, move your legs just a tiny touch to the right, make it really small to begin with, then the left, then the right, very slow and steady, left, and then continue with this. Try and move in the rhythm of your breathing. Inhale one way, exhale the other way. Keep going. And then come to stillness. Take your hands away, uncross your legs. Soles of your feet come down to the floor, then bring the backs of your hands down to the floor and come into Shavasana. Stay here. Stay here for 1 more minute. Press your elbows down, bring your shoulder blades towards each other. If you feel compelled to come up, sit up and finish your yoga practice, you really need to stay. Relax your arms and surrender to the pose. It is productive, I promise you. Silence here just for a little bit longer. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Now bend your knees 1 leg at a time and roll over onto your right side. Stay here. Rest your head, keep your eyes closed. Then raise your head and bring your right forearm to the floor. Pick up your head, push your right elbow down, and then as gently as you can, press your hands down enough to help you come up to sit cross-legged. Bring your hands down onto your legs, close your eyes and sit tall. Sometimes with an injury, we learn acceptance. I'm not by any means saying that we want to invite and be grateful for misfortune, but we can use these bodily injuries as a way to learn how to adapt, to accept and to be patient. Don't rush back into your practice until you're fully healed. Now open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. Keep coming back to this if your wrists are sore, or even just because you enjoyed this slightly different practice. I think it's helpful if you also have a shoulder injury as well, not having to do any planks or downward facing dogs. Do adapt as needed whenever you need to, and I hope the rest of your day goes really well. Take care.